to the rundown. Ken Fish Herman Reynolds, and I'm with
Dave Corrego.
And we've got a lot of interesting things to do tonight. We have bass news, we have our debate, the lightning round. So, without further ado, why don't we get right to it? And what's going on in bass news?
Thank you, Ken. First of all, we'd like to wish everybody a Happy New Year. During the off season, we got a lot going on. Coming up next month in February, on the 16th and 17th at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center, the Bass University is holding their Oaks, PA schedule or class series, where they have a couple of professional anglers come in on Saturday and Sunday, and they basically put on a clinic for a lot of local fishermen, those who are up-and-comers, a lot of novice anglers, as well as, intermediate to advanced anglers who are interested in tournaments and wanting to learn a little more or just gain a little bit of that competitive advantage that everybody's looking for in tournament fishing. Again, those dates are February 16th and 17th at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. Registration is $199 for 2 days. It's about half the cost of a day on the water with a guide. If that's too much for you, they are also offering $99 for either Saturday or Sunday, and you can get more information from their website at thebassuniversity.com. Locally, the Division of Fish and Wildlife has come out with news about the trout season opening on March 2nd. A few regulation changes. They are stocking 2 downstate ponds. One is Tidbury Creek Park in Dover. The other is Newton's Pond in Greenwood, which is just off of Hunters Cove Road near Ellendale.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Trout season, of course, you have to have a trout stamp with your regular fishing license. They do stock the ponds with trout. They're farm-raised trout. They're easy to catch. And there is a 6-limit daily possession for trout. It's a fantastic time if you can go down there and get on them early. Otherwise, they fish out pretty early and they don't last long.
No, they don't.
And finally, coming out also from the Division of Fish and Wildlife, a lot of you may have heard last summer, the year before, there appears to be somewhat of a snakehead invasion in Delaware. What that means is there's an invasive species, the northern snakehead, which has been found in Beck's Pond in Newcastle County, as well as the Nanticoke River and the Marshy Hope River in Maryland. And what the Division of Fish and Wildlife is suggesting, or has been suggesting in the past, is bow fishing for the species. They're hoping to get a lot of people out there to help eliminate the population, take what they can out of the water, but the division is also putting together regulations that can sort of supplement what everybody knows now about bow fishing for snakehead and carp, as well as other invasive species. And once that's all pulled together, they should actually have a solid foundation as far as the regulation and the safety regarding bow fishing for the snakehead. That's about all I have locally.
One more thing to that. Do you think they'll ever put a bounty on them locally, or within the state of Delaware? But I know that was put up in Maryland by Bass Pro Shops. I wonder if there's a company or something that might consider doing the same thing.
I don't think you'll see the state put up money for that. I'm not sure at this point if any private companies will want to go out there and post money for a fish. I will say, however, though, coming out of Maryland is that the snakehead is actually quite delicious. So if that's any incentive to go out there and get yourself some table fare, pick up your bow, and get fishing.
Awesome. Sounds like almost like the deal with the nutria back in the turn of the century. Then things were brought in Louisiana by McElhenney, the hot sauce people, and they got loose, and, well, they've been just making their way around up Florida, up the seacoast, and now they're up here. And the same thing, they've tried to create a market and create a desire, for people to trap them and eat them, and with some success, but let's hope so, because some things are really, the snakeheads are really going,
yeah. They can become a problem.
Absolutely. Nationally, we've got a number of things to report. Bass Pro Shops Pro Tour Team for Bass Elite Series Gold Qualifiers is a fantastic program. It will allow you $1,000 towards Bass Pro Shops branded merchandise, that is, VIP discount card, just all kinds of things. If you're interested in looking into this, go online to Bass Pro Shops or BASS and look for more details. The other thing that's very interesting is the BASS Mercury College Tour. Now, if you folks haven't heard about this, this is fantastic. The college students can compete collegiately against other colleges, in bass tournaments, and this is fantastic. And this year, the top 10 are, without further ado, number 1 was Auburn. Second place was LSU. Third place was Arkansas. Fourth place, Stephen Austin. Fifth, Virginia Tech. Sixth was North Carolina State, that is. Seventh was Eastern Kentucky. Number 8 was another LSU team. 9, Georgia. And 10 was Tarleton State. Again, this is fantastic. I mean,
no Alabama in the top 10.
No Alabama. Unbelievable. Jeez. Anyway, it's just a fantastic program. The other thing that is pretty interesting, and it's worth noting, is the amount of people that volunteer for many different things, nationally, locally. But I have to say, this is a little bit of a commentary about getting involved, at least locally. Many times, the real expectations need boat captains to take the young anglers out, as well as the junior qualifiers.
Right.
And, it's really a good way to get involved, see the up-and-coming young guys that are making their bones now, and it gives you a good feeling that you're giving something back. So if you're interested in doing something like that, contact us at delfish.net, and we'll get you put on the right on the right track to help out. We're always looking for volunteers. And did you have anything else to add to that, Dave?
Nothing new. Yep.
Well, look, stay with us, folks, and we will be right back. Ken Fish Herman Reynolds here, and although it's hunting season on Delmarva, Red Mill Tackle has bagged some great new products for the upcoming year. New and additional colors on our Whack-'em sticks, buzz baits, spinner baits, terminal tackle, and even a great line of topwater frog. Now what the hell is this? Red Mill Tackle is hunting down its competition with superior quality, higher worm count, competitive prices, and it's a locally made product. You could purchase our product many ways. You could shop online at our newly updated website at www.fishherman.com, purchase our product from select retailers in Delaware, or call area code 302-223-6145 for hours and directions to our shop at 12 North Main Street, Smyrna, Delaware.
Okay, coming back into the rundown in 3, 2.
And we're back. Now we're going to have the debate. Dave, I'm going to let you kick this off. What are your feelings about the Classic?
Well, thanks, Ken. The Classic for me is always exciting because it kind of kicks off the bass fishing season.
Absolutely.
We've been kind of in a lull, at least since like October, November. But I do want to start off by saying the last show, I know I mentioned the 2013 Classic would be on Lake Guntersville. It's actually going to be in 2014. It's still going to be an outstanding tournament. This year, they are on Grand Lake in Oklahoma for the Bassmaster Classic. It's going to be an exciting time. I know I was down to the Classic in 2009. It's absolutely a great time for the fan to go down there as well. There's the Classic Expo, which I would highly recommend anybody going out there. But, overall feeling for the anglers, who's doing what. I have to go with the homegrown guys. I mean, I think Edwin Evers down there, I believe he's from Oklahoma.
Right.
One of my favorite Texas anglers, Alton Jones, I think if he stays hungry, has his game together, I think he's ready to kick off a new season, and I would really like to see him win the Classic this year.
Awesome. Well, my picks are Swindell. I believe that he's really been hot, and he's due for. Well, I think he's just going to kick it off. And my dark horse is Aaron Martins. Although I guess my other joker in the deck would be a Federation angler that is qualified who's from that area. I don't have any name specifics, but I think a guy like that could steal it, easily. But Aaron Martins has been a bridesmaid, so many times, and not the bride, and sort of Swindell a little bit like that, but I don't know. I just feel he's going to blow this one open and maybe not look back.
Well, that'll be interesting. I mean, they're looking at tougher conditions, I think, than the normal classics. It's
Yes.
going to be colder weather, colder water. Actually, the classic in Alabama 2 years ago was pretty frigid at launch.
Mm-hmm.
The water temperatures were 30-something, and I know KVD ended up winning that one, tossing rattle traps all over the place. So
Do you remember what his weight was?
I do not.
Okay. You know, I gotta, and again, we're supposed to be debating, but I agree with you. Because look at the weather pattern that's holding right now. I mean, that Arctic front is dipping way down, and even if it gets warm in the next week or so, their averages it's still not going to be that warm.
Yeah, we still have another 3 or 4 weeks, but it's going to be interesting. And your dark horse, Aaron Martins, maybe he's got a shot. Deep water, cold water.
We'll see.
We'll see.
For Angler of the Year, who do you like?
Angler of the Year. I got a name coming out of FLW, David Walker. I think he was in the elites last year. Mm-hmm. From my understanding, he seemed to be a really good fisherman, real technical fisherman. And it could just be a fresh face on tour. So I would like to see David Walker pull it off, and I'm going to stand behind that.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to go with Aaron Martins. Again, I think he's a fella who's been, again, the bridesmaid so many times. You watch him in almost every tournament. He always finishes at least pretty well. And again, he has some things that he has to get beyond, but I that's who I'm going for this year.
So classic win and Angler of the Year.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Tall order.
Yeah, that's in anybody's book.
Yes.
In anybody's book. Getting back to the whole going down and checking this out, to your point,
yes.
it must be phenomenal for a bass angler to do that. That's like a dream trip.
It is. It's like fantasy land for adult fishermen. It's you have boat manufacturers down there, motor reps, you have all the bait companies, not to mention outdoor products. I know when I was down there 2 years ago, I ended up buying the face shields.
Awesome.
For the skeeter.
Yeah.
You get good deals on everything. There's a lot of new ideas coming out, a lot of new baits. And it's just good to be down there and mingle with some of the pros that are repping the products that actually aren't fishing the classic. I met, I call him the Wolverine, I can't remember his name. You know who I'm talking about. Jared Edwards, who has his own outdoor show. I met him down there. Very nice guy. As well as Dave Mansue. I actually bought my lure from Dave Mansue.
Mm-hmm.
He was repping the Yamaha. And it's just a good show. It's a good time. And if you ever have the chance to get down to the Classic, definitely stop into the expo. It's really fun.
Well, that's a great way to see all the new stuff coming out. Yeah. You see it showcased.
Yep.
Anyway, folks, stay with us. We will be right back.